Hi folks, you're with Tacitus today at your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening, and while you're with us, please subscribe below and also don't forget to hit that bell symbol to receive notification. This essay is just a quick take, or maybe even advisory, as to how much and how often we're subject to globalist propaganda influencing us to the point of near mind control. It is relentless and unceasing. Any mainstream media, entertainment or government information or visuals you are exposed to seem to be set upon the one intention to propagandise you into multiracial and agendaless globalisation views. On this occasion, we're going to talk about propaganda to encourage and legitimise interracial relationships, particularly encouraging white women to consort with non-white males. Now, before we get into the main story, I'm just looking at a catalogue here that arrived in the post, and it's from a major department store. And all the pictures here are where all white people are pictured with black or brown persons in a dating or married couple type setting. So that's all white people are pictured with black or brown people. Brown and black people, however, are pictured together. It's only whites that cannot be shown as a couple. Coming back to the main story here, I just parked the car and walked around to a grocery store, which took me past the open alfresco windows of a popular bar and grill, which becomes a happening nightclub after 10 p.m. or so. In the most prominent seating of the main window area sat three possibly good-looking fashion model men, about 30 years old, one Asian, one black, and one from the subcontinent. They had the latest haircuts, the latest designer fashions. All of them were doing serious time in the gym. They were dressed and coiffed to the stage-managed max. Oddly, all the men were with comparatively plain white girls. Although posing as alleged couples, they appeared not to know each other and were sitting more like stiffened wooden mannequins than real people would. This spot, this area where they're sitting, was sort of prime show-off real estate. The foot traffic going around on the street was extensive, and there were 5 major roads that came in, so it was quite a peak traffic intersection. So a lot of people could see this window from pretty much all directions, be they in a car or on the street. Look, the whole thing didn't look real to me, and given my involvement in these issues, I went straight up to the manager of the bar and asked about those people sitting in the window, and he immediately volunteered that some government agency had asked the establishment and had paid them well to reserve this seating in this area for 8 hours for what they called their community engagement officers, coming in 2 relays of 4 or 5 hours apiece, to sit and look prominent and to be seen. Now, I checked on the government agency. It was a quango of sorts, committed to the social development and cultural inclusion, but it's funded through another front organisation that in turn was variously funded from taxes and through NGOs, and then via other front funded by the UN and of course the Open Society. They also had the coordinated support of online hookup and dating apps and other leftist websites with a lot of discreet, and some of it not so discreet, and subliminal type messaging, legitimising and naturalising and encouraging interracial relationships, and again appealing to young white girls in particular to actively seek out non-white males, and using in some cases rather suggestive language. The underlying message, however, was not to enter into a relationship with people who of your own skin colour, but rather if you do that, you're a damn racist, bigot Nazi. So it's quite a strong message there that young women particularly would be exposed to, and it probably could shape their views if it was hammered in for long enough and hard enough. As soon as you see this it's unmistakable leftist fingerprints all over this. So we can be sure that the divorce courts of the future are going to be plenty busy. This all took some coordinating and planning and organising, and some 20 prominent bars and nightclubs had been selected all around the city to do the same sort of thing. Now, I didn't go and physically check out any of the others, but the whole thing had a very well-oiled and a seamless look about it, suggesting it was been done many times before and is therefore probably part of an ongoing propaganda and indoctrination campaign. People can fall in love for all sorts of reasons, and that's all fine with me. I'm not really fussed, really, either way. But I do resent the pushing of this, that the artifice, the misinformation, the disinformation, the use of taxpayer dollars, the deception, the propaganda, guilt-shaming, targeting of vulnerable younger women to try and get to them to say, hey, don't get with a white guy, don't marry a white guy, get with a black and brown guy, and then you'll be morally superior to the others. That's what I resent, that's what I don't like. And it's something that's there to force achieve, to push at something, and it's something that's sensible government policy, or lack of sensible government policy. But the government policy is to bring masses of brown and black people into white societies. It's not working. The integration isn't happening, so they're just trying to push harder and harder and harder, which just shows that, again, the leftists, not only the leftists, but the bureaucratic fingerprints all over this. That's what bureaucrats do. They just push harder and harder, thinking that the final result they want is just around the corner. But the government policies of the mass migration are comprehensively failing. And this is just another way they're using to try and pick up the pieces of what is a completely failed policy. You've been with Tacitus today at your Pushback channel, and thank you for listening.